What's going on, you guys? It's Ron here. Hope you guys are doing very well today. And this is your $2,000 fourth stimulus check update and recurring stimulus check update, plus the latest stimulus check timeline, the details on how the fourth stimulus package could be passed through the already approved reconciliation process. I'll be sharing the details on that one in just a little bit, plus a recap of all the forms of stimulus that is currently available to you guys right now, as well as the stimulus that's going to be available to you in the future. So definitely stay tuned. And I just want to say welcome back to all my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. And for those who are brand new to the channel, my name is Ron. We cover all things personal finance, investing, how to generate multiple streams of income, and of course, stimulus check updates and stimulus package updates. So if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell so that you know as soon as I release new videos and new stimulus updates. But let's go ahead and jump right into this. So first up, the $2.3 trillion fourth stimulus/infrastructure package was just reconfirmed for the summer. Now that's according to the latest press conference from White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki. She said that President Biden's goal remained the same, to see progress on the proposals by Memorial Day holiday at the end of May, and would like to see the stimulus package actually passed by Congress this summer. She also mentioned that they're considering breaking up the stimulus package into smaller pieces so they'll be easier to pass. And in her exact words, she said, "We're quite open to what path this takes. We're not going to predetermine whether it all has to be in one big package. There are different components that could move forward, certainly on their own." And I know, summer covers 3 months, so that puts us in kind of a very wide time frame, right? So let's just try to narrow this down with another key date that we picked up from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. And she said in a conference call with Democratic lawmakers that July 4th is her target date to be able to get the bill passed in the House of Representatives. Now, putting 2 and 2 together, let's look at our working timeline. So May 31st, President Biden wants to see progress on the proposals. This is when we could possibly see more or less the final outline of the fourth stimulus package, including all forms of the stimulus and the possibility of the fourth stimulus check and recurring stimulus checks. Then we have July 4th through the 10th, the House of Representatives approves the stimulus package. July 11th through the 17th, the Senate works on it and approves their version of the bill. July 18th through the 24th, the House of Representatives reapproves the Senate version and President Biden signs it. Now, if we do get the fourth stimulus check, then we could probably see the payments follow the general timeline that we've seen in the past. So we could see something like July 25th through the 31st, which would be the first batch of direct deposits, August 1st through the 7th, which would be the first batch of paper checks, August 8th through the 14th, first batch of EIP or debit cards, and August 15th through the 21st would be stimulus checks for Social Security recipients, as well as VA. And I hear you guys in the comments that this is not happening fast enough, especially for those of you who are on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, railroad benefits, VA, and I really wish that I could give you guys an earlier timeline, but at the same time, I just want to give you guys the truth because that's what you deserve. And I know that's what keeps you coming back to my channel, the latest, most accurate updates with no sugarcoating and plenty of positivity. But definitely be assured, we're going to keep you guys updated with this stimulus timeline with each new bit of information that comes out. And we'll definitely keep updating this and tracking it as we get more information. So if that sounds good to you, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you are the first to know as soon as I release new videos, timelines, and stimulus updates. And also, let me know, guys, is this working timeline working for you? Are you getting any kind of benefit of me going through this? I would love to hear from you guys. Just drop me a comment down below. I read all the comments. I would totally appreciate that. Not far enough. That's what Representatives Rashida Tlaib as well as Pramila Jayapal are saying about the third stimulus check and what I'm hearing from you guys as well. And according to Tlaib, it's time to get people recurring direct payments. It's time to pass the ABC Act. Other countries have been able to provide much more clear, sustainable relief. So it's very important that we step up and push for something that's meaningful like this. And as you guys might already know, the 2 representatives introduced the Automatic Boost to Communities, or ABC Act, to immediately provide $2,000 stimulus check payments to all citizens, followed by $1,000 recurring monthly stimulus checks for 1 year. Wow, now that's what I call some serious stimulus. Am I right, guys? I mean, what do you guys think about that? And to fund all of this, they're suggesting a very bold move of minting 2 $1 trillion platinum coins to be transferred to the Federal Reserve for stimulus payments. They're literally suggesting printing new money for this one. Now, of course, inflation is a concern here, and to that, Tlaib answers, "What I worry about more is homelessness. Many people were living check to check prior to the pandemic. Now, despite the Democrats having been allowed by the Senate parliamentarian to be able to pass a couple more bills this year using reconciliation, President Biden still wants to advance his $2 trillion stimulus plan, called the American Rescue Plan, through bipartisan backing. And this continues to be the case even after President Biden opened the Oval Office to kickstart negotiations among lawmakers from both parties earlier this week.
Before we get started, I want to make it clear that there's some good news today, and that is that retail sales this last month have surged by 9.8% as American families received that $1,400 check because of the people in this room getting it done for me. And auto sales are up 15%. Things are moving. These checks are providing a heck of a lot of needed relief for families. And in turn, needed support for our economic recovery. And today's news comes on top of the recent news that we created 900,000 jobs in the month of March. First 2 months of our administration, we've created more jobs than the first 2 months of any administration in American history. And again, I'm not being solicitous because of you all. I really mean it, the way you fought like the devil. You really did to get that package passed. I mean, it really did. And I want to thank the members for supporting the American Rescue Plan. And we still have a long way to go. We're 8 million jobs down from what it was more than before the pandemic began.
Now, apparently, Republicans don't think that the meetings will actually lead to any kind of substantive progress, right? With Senator Shelley Moore Capito even saying, "Here's where the disconnect that I am concerned about is. We are negotiating. The president is being very sincere, but in the end, we get rolled because there is a partisan process. You saw that happen under COVID, and I am concerned about this." So of course she's talking about the American Rescue Plan here. And you see, before the current stimulus package was actually signed into law, President Biden held several meetings and negotiations with bipartisan lawmakers. But of course, by the time everything was said and done, the $1.9 trillion stimulus plan was still passed through reconciliation without any kind of approval from any Senate Republicans. I mean, if you think about it, without any Republicans, even from the House, there were no Republicans that voted for the plan. And the reason why I bring this up is that this is probably why the Republicans are a bit skeptical. But still, we cannot forget about the fact that, during the height of all the talks during the American Rescue Plan, the GOP's conditions to support the package, including throwing out big parts of the $1.9 trillion relief plan. They even threw out a very small counter proposal that was significantly smaller than what the Democrats wanted. And now the fate of President Biden's infrastructure bill once again seems to be kind of going the same route as the previous stimulus package, especially with the introduction of this $650 billion Republican proposal that would counter President Biden's $2 trillion stimulus plan. Now, according to reports, a group of Senate Republicans is now assembling an infrastructure plan that's more narrowly targeted in scope compared to the administration's initial proposal. And it's been said that the GOP's plan will actually include money for broadband, internet, and is expected to be offered sometime during the May recess. Now, Senator Shelley Moore Capito, she actually said last Wednesday, "What I'd like to do is to get back to what I consider the regular definition of infrastructure in terms of job creation. That's roads, bridges, ports, airports, including broadband into that, water infrastructure." And then she went on by saying, "I would say probably in the 600 or 800 billion, but we haven't put all that together yet." But meanwhile, some moderate Democrats in Congress still express interest in a bipartisan deal, with Senator Chris Coons saying that he would be interested in passing a stimulus package that was somewhere in the neighborhood of $1 trillion. But anyway, that's just Coons' opinion on that matter. Some of his fellow Democrats, even President Biden, argue that other parts of the stimulus package are completely relevant and cannot be removed. And ever since the American Jobs Plan was unveiled, Republican lawmakers have completely attacked the proposal's definition of infrastructure, basically saying that the Democrats want to call it an infrastructure bill. If they're going to call it the infrastructure bill, then it needs to focus on actual physical infrastructures.
Exactly when American workers are counting on an economic recovery, Democrats want to slap the economy with a massive set of tax increases. So look, this infrastructure plan is cut from the same cloth as the Democrats' voting rights bill. Both these subjects are ripe for bipartisan work. Both are subjects the Senate has addressed in the past with thoughtful compromises that have earned broad support. And both are issues where the American people will reject a far-left approach it makes their lives worse.
But of course, we'll see where all the negotiations go on the American Jobs Plan. But this is what we have for now. But I want to give you guys more news on the stimulus checks and all other forms of stimulus. So let's go ahead and jump right into that right now. So no need to wait for the fourth stimulus check and the fourth stimulus package. There's actually plenty of stimulus money that's actually still waiting for you from the third stimulus package. So that's why we're always highlighting that this is a stimulus package, meaning that there's different buckets that you can actually get money from, and the third stimulus check was just one of them. So in order to get additional money from the third stimulus package, you just need to know where to look. So of course, you've got the child tax credit of up to $3,000, which is actually starting in July. The IRS will be providing monthly stimulus payments to families with children, $250 for children between the ages of 6 and 17 years old, and $300 per month for those who are under the age of 6. Now, in addition to those monthly stimulus child tax payments, you could also qualify for the Enhanced Child and Dependent Care Credit, a tax credit on child care expenses spent on children below the age of 13 years old. So that's an additional $4,000 for one child and $8,000 for 2 or more children. And they also included adult dependents here, like a spouse or an elderly parent. Next, you've got the Earned Income Tax Credit. The American Rescue Plan raises the maximum earned income tax credit for eligible people from around $540 to around $1,500. And it also raises the income cap from around $16,000 to at least $21,000. Also, more funds for low-income home energy assistance program. In short, we're talking about utilities assistance, guys. We're talking about heat, electricity, water, and other critical utilities. So you can apply for this online or by calling their phone number. I'll be sure to share this on the screen or down in the description down below. The phone number is 800-342-3009. So I hope that phone number can actually help at least several families with utilities assistance and also COVID expenses and also COVID-19 funeral expenses. Now, those of you who lost a loved one as a result of the virus can actually get reimbursement for funeral costs. Now, according to the latest plan, families who had to pay for a funeral can actually claim up to $9,000 per funeral. And for those of you who are renting, there's housing assistance. You just want to go online, type the name of your state, your county, or your city, and add the words rent assistance or housing assistance, and drop me a comment down below if you know of any housing assistance, maybe rental assistance programs near you. Every little bit helps, so if you have any information, definitely share it with our community. If we can just help at least one additional family, I'll feel really good about that. Now, let's take a look at the stimulus money that we could look forward to in the 2.3 infrastructure/stimulus package. So first up, the expanded child tax credit. Wait, don't we already have that? Yeah, you're right. I did just mention the $3,000 to $3,600 child tax credit via the monthly payments. The thing though, this deal is only going to be around for 1 year. That's why more than 36 Democratic senators wrote to President Biden to extend it. And they wrote, "We must not allow these critical expansions to expire after 1 year. Doing so would result in a significant spike in child poverty after we have made historic strides to end it." And according to Psaki, the president wants to make the child tax credit permanent. Now, those are definitely some good signs for this one. And of course, let's not forget student loan forgiveness. And a lot of you commented before that either you or someone you know is under a lot of debt with student loans. So this one is definitely going to help out. Right now, pressure is coming from a lot of different groups for President Biden to enact widespread student loan forgiveness of up to $50,000 through the executive action. Now, this level of student loan forgiveness could wipe out the student loan debt of 84% of student loan borrowers. It's still under review by the Education Department, so I'll keep you guys posted on this one, but it is looking very promising. And last but certainly not least, the possibility of the $200 monthly increase in Social Security benefits, including SSI, SSDI, survivor benefits, railroad benefits, as well as VA. And Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, together with Senators Elizabeth Warren, Ron Wyden, they proposed a plan just last year to increase Social Security benefits by $200 per month for all Social Security beneficiaries. Add that to President Biden's plans from his Social Security platform last year. This included a guaranteed minimum benefit equal to at least 125% of the federal poverty level, which is a 5% bump for people who have received benefits for at least 20 years, and a 20% increase for widows and widowers. So let's just keep our fingers crossed that, Social Security recipients are taken care of on that last one. Now, if you guys want to stay up to date on all of the latest stimulus updates, important news, then I highly recommend subscribing to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell. And if you guys appreciated the info, do me a favor, hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends and family. I totally appreciate it, and it will keep them informed as well too. too. So anyway, guys, that's all for our $2,000 fourth stimulus check update and recurring stimulus check update, plus the latest stimulus timeline, the details on how the fourth stimulus package could be passed through the reconciliation process, and a quick recap on all of the different forms of stimulus that are currently available to you guys, as well as the stimulus that's going to be available to you in the future. So I really hope that you guys appreciated all of this. And again, if you haven't already, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.